What's up, guys? This is Griever here, bringing you guys a gaming review today, and that game is none other than Far Cry 4. And the reason that I'm doing a game that is almost 5 years old, there's a simple fact for this. And you guys will be seeing many, many more Ubisoft Gaming Review Platinum reviews on my channel in the coming months, because there was, I believe it was back in March or February, Ubisoft on the PlayStation Store had a huge sale, and I'm talking like 60-70% off on Far Cry bundles, on Assassin's Creed bundles, on I don't know, Watch Dogs. Do they make Watch Dogs? Whatever. A bunch of different bundles, and I ended up buying about $80 worth of games. And within those $80 was Far Cry Primal, Far Cry 5, Far Cry 4, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Origins, some DLC included in all these, and maybe a few other things. Anyways, point of the matter is that I have been trying to rack up and get myself caught up with all these series that I have severely been lacking on in the last few years. So Far Cry 4, I was playing it, and I have not platinumed it. Only away because of 2 multiplayer trophies, and all I'm simply waiting for is to find Far Cry 4 in a bargain bin, and then I will use my brother's PS4 to get them. And it's simply that whole be a passenger and do a takedown trophy sort of idea. Those kind of trophies, right? I did the online trophies. I did all those type, which once again, we all know how every single trophy hunter feels about online trophies and multiplayer online trophies. They are horrendous. They should not exist. But nonetheless, or at the very least, let them exist, but do not let them count towards a platinum. Anyways, the game itself, though, great game. Troy Baker voicing Pagan Min Pagan Min has to be probably my favorite character in this entire Far Cry series as a whole. And I played a little bit of Far Cry 5, so I know everyone's all about that crazy cannibal dude or whatever. No, this guy, Pagan Min, is probably the epitome of what it means. Like, Far Cry is one of those series that allows you to go in to a very turmoil time. It allows you to not, like, the gray area. There is no right and wrong. There's no Jedi Sith. There's no Democrats, Republicans, or, well, I'm in Canada, so that politics don't really matter to us. But nonetheless, this gray area that AJ Gao, your character, the person you control, is in, is amazing. I wanted to side with Sabal. Right? I'm not going to go through the whole plot line with you guys because, of course, this is a review, but, of course, it's more about my experiences with the game. And suffice it to say, you know, you're the son of the leader of the Golden Path, blah, 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 and you find out your dad's pretty much a bit of a dick and along the way. And this Golden Path resistance might not be the best thing for the country, especially since the 2 de facto leaders of this resistance of the Golden Path, we have Amida and we have Sabal, they might not be the best things. And then we have Pagan Min, who, though a dictator, might be doing more for the country than first thought. Like, it's so hard. This is such a gray area. Everything in this game is a gray area. There is not one true person who is on the good side, put it that way. Even that CIA agent with the helicopter or the plane or whatever is an asshole. Every single person, like, for example, first I wanted to side with Sabal, because even as a white male, and I know this might get a little controversy, I respect other cultures. I don't believe that we should do that whole the Americans attitude, which is basically convert everyone to our way of thinking, that whole battle against communism back over the last 50 years. I'm not a fan of that. I'm the whole, listen, as long as you're not attacking other people and stuff, other cultures, other countries should be allowed to stick to their traditions, do what they want, follow their own politics, their own religions, their own blah, blah, blah. Cultural respect, right? I'm all for that. However, in this case scenario, I was all about Sabal. Because Amina wanted to save a drug trade in the first mission of the game. She wanted to we can use these drugs to make money. I'm like, that makes you a drug country, and that is why I understand that this is apparently a fictional country or whatever, but nonetheless, that is why third world countries are looked upon by first worlders such as myself as this point, and it's like, let's get away from that stigma. So I'm like, no, I'm going to side with Sabal. Then I find out all about the traditions about, wives at 13, 14. Now, once again, the culture allows that. So, is it for me with my first world understanding to say, okay, no, that's wrong. That's by my standards. That's what I've been raised on. That's my government standards. That's not necessarily what's wrong or right, but for me, I was just like, no, Sabal, you're wrong. If your tradition dictates that you can, basically bring up a 14-year-old as a goddess and basically impregnate her and all this stuff and marry her and stuff, I'm not cool with that, dude. I'm just not. And from then on, I followed Amita. When I found that out, I followed her all the way. Because regardless what she did, even if I thought it was wrong, the alternative for me was worse. And this is what the crux is that this entire thing is in a gray area. You might believe, as I said, at the beginning of the game, I was like, well, yeah, we should establish our cultures. We shouldn't just all make the entire world one culture, one religion, one this, one that, because it'd be a boring world, right? It'd be very boring. For if lack of anything else, that's my own selfish reasons, but I honestly believe that. And in Far Cry 4, we have this very gray area of here's first world views, here's third world views, and here's a mesh. Here's something stir the pot. Let's see what people decide. And I don't know about you guys, but I was not okay with that. I was on Sabal's side for the most part of the missions, but every single time, once that got brought up, I was like, no, I'm sorry. I got to side with Amina. Even though I did not actually agree with what she wanted to do, I did not want to preserve the tradition that allowed, and there was that little girl, I forget her name, that Sabal and Amita throws that in Sabal's face sort of idea, and basically said, yeah, so you're going to throw this 13, 14-year-old to the wolves sort of idea? And I'm like, yeah, no, Sabal, that's not cool. Why don't we change tradition? You can have all your religion and all your temples and stuff. How about we save the temple? How about we save all this stuff, which is one of the last missions in the game? How about we save the temple, but we change the doctrine a little bit? Let's do what the Vatican did and kind of erase certain passages from the Old Testament. How would we do that? Remembering the fact that the actual Bible as we know it was created 1,000 years ago, and there was over 100 Gospels considered, and they chose 4. Let's remember that for a second. There's some editing that went on 1,000 years ago. Why don't we edit this religion just a little bit? Let's just tweak it so it's not totally horrendous. And I was sitting there this whole game made me consider that. Plot-wise, I was so invested, right? And I'm not a big first-person shooter type of guy, but this whole game got me so invested in the plight of these people and the story and the whole who was really right in the end. So I had to play the game to the end. And in the end, I don't even know who was right. Was Sabal? Was Amina? The Golden Path in general? Was Peg and Min actually the better? Was Peg and Min's ideals better for the country as a whole? Sacrifice a few hundred to save a few thousand sort of mentality. I don't know. I'm still kind of reaving from that experience. So that game did a bit of a number on me, as you guys can tell, story-wise. Now, gameplay, of course, once again, not a big first-person shooter guy. Good game. I got the knack of it. Same with Dead Island and games like that. I eventually got the knack of it, and I eventually got pretty good at it. And I was taking down fortresses, stealthy, and all that stuff. Once you upgrade your elephant and your tiger and all that stuff, skill trees, you're pretty much golden when you figure out your own play style. And there's no right or wrong way to play it. Some trophies were stupid. Once again, online multiplayer aside, but some trophies were just kind of lame. And one thing I never got is, why didn't AJ kill those 2 drug addicts? That is one thing that the control took away from me. Outside of like a Skyrim level control, which was I wanted to literally shoot them in the head and forget their quests. No trophies to them? Forget them. Bang. Get them out of my house. Get them out of that tent that they put up after they get out of my house and just murder them. Get rid of their quest line because I want nothing to do with it. It was bad. Yeah, overall the game was pretty good. Gameplay was fine. I can't really think of any. There was a few missions where I was just kind of like, okay, this is bullshit. I think it was the one where you get on the truck, and then you stow away on the truck, and then you're trying to go through the whole place and rescue people and stuff. That took me probably the longest of any game mission ever. I don't know why, but every single time you were caught, you were screwed. And there were too many enemies, too much bullshit, and there's not enough stealth skills. This isn't Assassin's Creed. I hate when a game developer like Ubisoft is like, oh, well, we'll make a game, first-person Assassin's Creed style. We'll put an Assassin's Creed mission inside of a Far Cry game, but we won't give you the skills like in Assassin's Creed. And that makes that doubly hard, and it doesn't flow right. I found that mission very out of place. Didn't like that mission. Didn't mind the gladiatorial arena or anything like that. That was fine. The exploration was good. Some of the stupid jumps for some of the towers were dumb. I remember one where I nearly threw my controller at the wall because I was just like, this is stupid. I tried to get that tower. It was dumb. So some glitches in the game, some bad placement of jumps and things like that. The karma thing didn't seem to really matter too much. Don't remember much about that. Sound and voice acting stuff was all solid. Everything was pretty good. Once again, the trophy list. If you X'd out the multiplayer trophies, and if you X'd out, online multiplayer trophies, the game would be so much better for a trophy list. But I'd have to give it a very negative thing. And unfortunately for me, I bought Far Cry Primal and all this stuff, and now I have to go basically find a friend or convince my brother to buy them or something to get these multiplayer trophies, or go in boosting threads. And that's the biggest problem with these. I've said this at the end of almost every gaming review that I've done on this channel, is that why make a multiplayer trophy? If it's too difficult, all people are going to do is go on the forums, go on boosting threads on PSN profiles, on PlayStationTrophies.org. They'll go on all these different sites, GameFAQs. They'll go on these sites. They'll find a boosting thread. People will join, and they will cheat the system. So why make the trophy? Nobody is literally earning the 0.1% of people that are actually earning this trophy legitimately are doing it by fluke. Nobody is actually going out and playing Red Dead Redemption online and doing that shit. I'm sorry. Nobody's doing it. So, stop making those trophies, people. Ubisoft, listen to me. Stop doing it. The reason I don't have a platinum on Assassin's Creed 3 is because of trophies. And yes, I'm still bitter because that's on my PS3, and I'm still bitter of the fact that I do not have a platinum on that for the sole reason of multiplayer trophies. And the simple fact of the matter is, what about when servers get shut down? You realize I spent 3 days getting the actual online trophies that I could get because of a lack of people joining rooms. And you need 6 people consistently in a room to join a Far Cry 4 game. And you need to play 3 of them to completion. That took me 2 days. That took me an entire weekend of just waiting for load time. I should not have to do that. We're not talking about grinding. We're not talking about something that I can work towards. We're talking about waiting. Online trophies need to be their own separate asset, like a DLC kind of list in the PlayStation trophy list. They need to be their own separate thing. Take away my 100%, I don't care, but let me have my single player platinum. that being said, as I said right now, I've been working on my Ubisoft games. There should be an Assassin's Creed Origins review coming out very soon, because I also did that game, and that one I actually did platinum. Fortunately, not enough online trophies in that one. So, that being said, guys, what did you think of Far Cry 4? I thought Pegamin was amazing. Troy Baker, once again, absolutely incredible. And yes, I did both versions of the ending, so to speak, and I did multiple playthroughs and stuff. Great game. I love the gameplay. I love the world. I hope that Far Cry Primal is very good. I haven't played another Far Cry game since. I've been working on my Assassin's Creed, but I will be jumping back to Far Cry Primal and then Far Cry 5, and you guys will see reviews of those games as well. So let me know what you thought about a 5-year-old game in the process. Let me know what you guys thought about the trophy list. Let me know what you thought about Pegamin. Let me know what you thought about Far Cry 4 in general. And as always, like, subscribe, comment. It's always very much appreciated. This has been Griever with a gaming review for you guys, my YouTube fans, and we'll see you back here next time. Peace out.